Hello, everyone. So excited to be live in here this morning with my amazing, beautiful, talented friend, Miss Laura Balzer. We both live in sunny Sarasota, Florida, and we are excited to come live this morning. You've, of course, seen us posting lots of things. Laura's been in live in there before. I've been in live. We've shared all kinds of stuff, but I really want you to hear Laura's story, her experience in her life with cancer, and what she did to overcome that, and of course where she is now. And the reason why is because I feel so many people are either themselves dealing with this, or they have a family member or close friend that are also dealing with it. And unfortunately, this is going to get worse because of what's happened in our world the last 3 years with the amount of diseases and toxins that have invaded the body. We see this happening more and more and more. And so she has a powerful message that she wants to share with you. And we're going to have a dialogue conversation back and forth, and some things that you can do to prevent this from happening. But if it is happening, or if it does happen, then you have some more tools in your toolbox. So Laura, go ahead and get started, because I remember like it was yesterday, unfortunately, and I know you do too, driving down the interstate, getting the phone call from you. So start us from that point.
Yeah. So you guys, in 2017, I found out that I had stage 3 breast cancer. And of course, being in the health industry like I was, that was the last thing I thought I heard. Honestly, that's the last thing any of us want to hear. And I get it. But through my travels, I'd had the ability to meet some incredible people that I reached out to immediately. Because I'd been in the industry for so long, I knew immediately that going Western medicine, or the conventional way that a lot of you would opt into very quickly, is not for me at that moment, right? That was not who I was. And I'm certainly want to share, I respect everyone's choices and decisions. Everybody makes the best one at that moment. And this one was for me, right? But I share this with you because I love for people to know that they do have options, and decisions don't have to be made as quickly as sometimes as that we're told, and that you have time to look at all the options. So I had made myself available to those things. And I had an incredible wellness team that I went to. And I want to share this with you because when they did discover, in fact, that I did have cancer by a simple blood test, okay, in layman's terms, it's called a live blood analysis. Okay, they prick your finger, they look at your blood, and they're able to see things that a regular blood panel cannot see. I was a hot mess. I was a hot mess. My blood was black. It was stuck together. It was gooky. It was awful. But you know what, Laura, you're a hot mess, but we can fix this. There is not a doctor out there that has ever told one of their patients, we got this, we're going to fix it. And I knew I was at the right place at the right time. And so we started immediately. One of those things was laying out my strict diet. And it was very, very strict. You guys, absolutely zero sugar, zero. Now, I know you've seen Dr. Stacy post in here about the causes of that. You've seen me because it's just who I am and what I believe in, and other information that's come through the page, right? But let me tell you, sugar is cancer's best friend. When they get together, they can play hard and spread and just go to town. So within that strict diet, my doctors didn't tell me that I couldn't have low glycemic fruits. They didn't tell me I couldn't eat vegetables with sugar in them. I made that choice. You guys, I wouldn't even eat a carrot. I made that choice because I was stage 3. I needed to get to work, and I didn't want to deal with it. I wanted it gone. I wanted it eradicated. So my diet consisted of very, very certain foods. No sugar, you guys, no carbs, no pasta, no potato chips, no crackers. Anything that could turn into sugar did not go into my body. Like I said, not even a carrot, not even berries. It consisted of a lot of vegetables. I did eat meat, but I was very cautious in the meat that I ate, okay? I have an anemia called thalassemia. So I had to eat beef once or twice a week, but I had to make sure that it was 100% grass-fed and finished. So here's a little tidbit for you guys. If you want to kind of move into this area, we go to the grocery store, the packaging says grass-fed. You need for it to say 100% grass-fed. And what that means is grass-fed and finished. A lot of farms are grass feeding their beef, but 2 weeks before they go to slaughter, they're brought inside and they're fattened up with grain and corn. That is one thing you cannot consume when you're having to heal yourself with cancer. And honestly, you should stay away from it anyway, right? But grass-fed and finished. Pasture-raised eggs, not cage-free. That's a marketing gimmick. You know what cage-free means, you guys? They open the door to the coop. That's it. That's the way around it. You need pasture-raised chicken. They eat bugs and grass. That's all they eat. Then their eggs are produced. You want to eat those. I ate more eggs. I could have sank the Titanic. Okay. But here's the thing. Avocados, avocado oils, coconut oil, pure 100% green olive oil. Stay away from all the other oils now, whether whether you're dealing with something like this or whether you're not. They're highly inflammatory. And all of us have heard that inflammation is the biggest cause of sickness and disease. And there are many things that cause inflammation. You've even seen Dr. Stacy post things about foods you can eat that will reduce inflammation, okay? Very strict diet. IV vitamin therapy. I would go twice a week and get IV drips consisting of amazing things: vitamin B, vitamin C, D, sodium bicarbonate, reduces the pH in your balance, right? It's all a perfect symphony in there. But at the end, I would do glutathione pushes, is what they called them. You guys, they would bring a syringe out this long, and I just got cold chills, and a diameter about this wide or round, and they would push that at the end. Glutathione. Carnosine, I was getting in my supplementation, right? So the combination of my IVs and my pushes, along with my supplements, I was supplementing and detoxing at the same time, because toxins are what's causing the problem. Fungus, y'all, fungus is cancer, okay? Parasites equal cancer. Right. So I was just on, y'all, I was the cleanest human being walking around Sarasota. I felt amazing. So when I compare myself to those, respectfully, that maybe chose or are feeling they need to choose the route of chemotherapy and radiation, right? My doctors had the theory of let's feed the garden so it can heal versus spraying Roundup on it and killing everything.
God, I love that.
Right? So it's a little story. It's a little, a brain teaser there for you to really, really think about this. But the beautiful thing about this is that my family saw a person who, and my friends like Dr. Stacy saw a person who made a decision, didn't speak the word cancer. I hate that word. I was on a healing journey. Why do I need to talk about it, right? I'm looking to the future. I'm not looking to the past, right? Diagnosis, hate that word. Don't like it. You're not allowed to use it around me. Remission, I even hate that more, because when I go to work on something, I'm eradicating. It's gone. We're done. Game over, right? So that was in 2017. And here I sit in
23.
23, right? And here I sit because I was introduced to something that I found out very quickly was going to put my body in a state and support where my body would not be compromised in that area. Yes, I still eat well. Yes, I know what to do when I indulge. My God, we're human. We're living life. We want to live the best we can. I indulge, okay? But I know what to do to counteract my indulgence, and I know how long I need to do them. But here we are in 23. I feel amazing, but I have technology now that is able to support my body, okay, like glutathione. So let me tell you a little trick about glutathione, and then I know Dr. Stacy is going to want to run with this a little bit. But You guys, I was receiving that glutathione, like I told you. But what I have learned since then is that the reason they were giving me so much, the reason I was doing 100% glutathione suppositories every night, not a great feeling, but I'd rather do that than put chemotherapy in my body, right? Very simple. Boop, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
But when you take it from that outside source, you're only holding on to about 23% of what's being administered. So now it made good sense to me why they were pumping so much in me. But the other statistic on the other side of that is it has a half-life of 7 minutes. So basically within the hour, give or take, all that they gave me was gone. But the technology that I use now, when I place it on my skin, it signals a peptide in my liver for my body to make its own, like it's intended to be doing. But as we age, that process diminishes. As time goes on, it can't happen like it did when I was younger. Hence why you see so many people getting sick. Only one of the reasons. There's many, okay? Now with this technology, I'm able to get 300 to 400% on a daily basis, and it stays in my body for 24 hours. Sign me up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember very vividly, Dr. Stacy was with me when I encountered this news. My elbow went into her ribs immediately, and I said, how do I get that on my body? Because it was the moment for me, you know, along with carnosine. So now I've learned the ability that I can access this very easily through my body, right? And I don't have to think about it. I get up and I put a simple patch on my body and I go through my day and I take it off at night. You guys, it takes me less time to put that patch on my body than it does brush my teeth. And I am doing that every day, or at least I hope I am, right? So Dr. Stacy, the avenues that we have now to be able to heal or keep our bodies in a state of wellness and vitality is so much easier today than what it used to be, with handfuls of supplementation and not understanding, and what do I need and how can I use this? Like, go girl, because this is you.
Well, this is you. Thank you for sharing your story and your experience, and you know, giving us a little different side of the picture, maybe for some people, right? So one of the things I know you'd said was, you know, whenever we discovered this technology a couple years ago, you'd always had that little
Oh yeah. Yeah, y'all, in my previous life, thank you for reminding me. In my previous life, I was a personal trainer and conditioning coach. I was also an athlete in high school. I was also an equestrian in my younger days, and I fell off some pretty big horses going over some very large fences. And, you know, I did everything I told people not to. I'm being honest, right? And so because of my background, I have a torn rotator cuff, or I did. And I knew how to rehab it. So I just rehabbed as I went. Well, Stacey and I find out about this technology, and I'm not really thinking that much of it, except all I can think is glutathione in my brain. And my husband and I go to pick up a couch. Well, I picked it up incorrectly. I jacked my shoulder up, and I was really paying the price for it. I was in a lot of pain, and I couldn't lift it up over up above my shoulder. So Stacey gave me one patch. Okay, when you get the patch, you kind of hoard them because you don't want to give them away. And it was laying on my dresser. And I said, okay, I'm going to take this little puppy for a ride. So I took that X39, this is a stem cell activation patch, and I put it right on the pain point. You guys, within 20 minutes, my pain was gone. And I was like, whoa, like I had never experienced that. Mm-hmm. But the great thing is within the hour, I was able to lift my arm again up over my head. Now, any of you who have ever had a shoulder injury or a torn rotator cuff, you know for a fact that you have not experienced that, mm-hmm. Right? And the ability to put it right there on that pain point and have that happen was pretty mind-boggling and exhilarating at the same time. Now that's my reaction to it. Somebody else's might be a little different. They might get sooner than later, or later than sooner. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But the truth of the matter is I don't even have it anymore. Like I can lift and it doesn't bother me anymore because of the technology. I've been using it for 2 years. I'll never not use it. that would be like telling myself I ate on, last Thursday on Tuesday and I don't need to eat again.
Right.
Like, it's just something that I'm going to provide my body with this, just like I get up and do my other healthy things that I do for myself on a daily basis. So yeah, I mean, Stacy, that's amazing.
So I remember also, Laura, not too long after using this technology, maybe it was 90 days or so, you asked me to come over and do some muscle testing because you had been on an entire tub of supplements. Like you pulled this out of your cabinet and it was a tub of bottles and powders. And so we did muscle testing and you were able to drop that down to what, like 2 or 3 things?
Yeah, I think we got rid of 11.
Yeah,
we got
11
rid of 11
things.
supplements. Well, here's the biggest thing about that, Stacy, is I was probably spending anywhere, because you guys, listen, you're going to buy the best of the best. Like when you're doing that stuff, I'll sell a couch, right? If to get the best of the best, right? I didn't have to, but I would.
Yeah.
I think I was spending every 6 to 8 weeks around $600 to $800 in supplements. So when you came over and did that, that was huge. Not only because I didn't have to take the things, the supplements, I didn't have to buy them. Like that was a really big plus for my pocketbook.
Big chunk. Yeah. So using the patches have helped your body to get into balance to where your body can not necessarily need all of those things on a daily basis or even a regular basis at all. And so, like you said, elevating your own body's ability to heal itself. That's what the patch does.
Yes.
So it doesn't put anything in your body. You weren't putting this in where every night at bedtime.
Oh my golly day not.
Right. And I remember you talking about your carnosine being compounded and, taking that every single day. And we know that carnosine, our digestive enzymes in our stomach tend to break that down very quickly. So it's not as bioavailable, but that's the only way you were able to get it. And your doctors knew that those are the 2 largest antioxidants, carnosine and glutathione, and you had to have them. And so using the patch, like you said, you put it on in the morning when you brush your teeth, you take it off at bedtime. That's it. Easy peasy, no thinking, no worries. And of course, with your shoulder, you were using the stem cell activation technology, as you still are using these, because they're about prevention. You didn't have anything wrong with you 2 years ago when we found out about this.
No.
You were healthy as could be. You were doing all the things. I didn't have anything wrong with me either, right? Doing all the things, keeping bodies healthy. But we wanted this for prevention, for that peace of mind. So you don't have to worry about that little, whisper in the back of your head. Is this going to come back? Is this something I'm going to have to deal with again? Because, a lot of times they'll plant that thought in your mind from the doctor's office. I had a lady tell me the other day they wanted her to do chemotherapy, even though they were able to remove everything surgically. All the margins, everything was fine. They wanted her to do chemo just in case. And she's like, what do you mean? Everything's gone. I'm perfect. I'm cancer free. It's good. And they said, well, if you do chemo, then that could prevent it.
No.
We're like, no. She said, no, you're out of your mind. Absolutely not. Same thing. Radiation. No, I'm not doing radiation to maybe hopefully think that it could prevent it. That makes no sense. So,
well, Stacy, the thing about that is that chemo and radiation, do not get to the root of the problem. They just wipe it out like a tsunami. So there's still a problem present. It could be many things. So that's why a lot of people experience these things returning, whether it's 6 months later, 3 months later, 4 months later, because now it's based again on lifestyle and what you're providing, And I don't share this with you to scare you. I share this with you because I want to open up some eyes. You guys, I did have stage 3. I was a hot mess, but I trusted who I was with. I didn't worry about it after that. I literally did not. However, my doctors did share with me that it was great that I had the intuition to call them because my immune system was so compromised and had been working so hard trying to fix my body that it was just non-existent. And he said, had you gone the conventional way, and I really want you to hear me here, you would have been dead in 6 months. This cancer would have never killed you. It is the treatment that would have killed you because your body could have not sustained the trauma in which it was receiving. So I ask you to look at this in a little different way and know that this is what God gave us. This is all we get. And so we have to be very conscious of what we're putting in it. You've heard Dr. Stacy get on this page and go, oh my gosh, you changed the oil in your car. Please change the oil in your body. Do a detox. And it doesn't have to be living in your bathroom for 28 days. That's not what detoxes are, you guys.
No.
They're not. So Stacy, detox, why is it so important?
Well,
And how do we do
glutathione is the master antioxidant, master
Right.
detoxer, master immune booster. Carnosine is second to that. And it's because we're bombarded every day in our food, in our water, in our air, in our personal care products, our cleaning supplies. All of that stuff has toxins in it. Even your pots and pans, if you're not using the right kind, leach toxins into your food when you're cooking. Yeah, your cell phone, the EMFs, right? Even from electricity, from the outlets and things like that are putting different toxins into our body. And so if you focus on, I'm a big person on quarterly detoxes. If you focus on doing some type of detox at least once a quarter, and if you've never done one before, then now's the time to start. But when you get in that habit, it's like changing the oil in your car. You're going to change it every 3,000 miles or it's not going to run. That's just part of it. It's going to lock up. And a lot of you are locked up because your body is overloaded with the mercury fillings in your mouth, or it's having a hard time to deal with the virus and bacteria from the root canals that you've done, right? Not to mention the parasites, which are everywhere. Okay,
Yeah.
why don't we deworm our dogs, our cats, and our horses, but we don't deworm ourselves? That makes no sense. That absolutely makes no sense. Why are we not helping our body to get rid of some heavy metals from the food and from our personal care products if we're using those types of things? Well, people just don't know. So detox is critical. That is why you are where you are, Laura, because you were detoxing your body, eliminating the fungus, eliminating those parasites, the bacteria, the viruses, the things that were going on in your body that were wreaking havoc that your doctor saw in your blood. And so it can be overwhelming. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. But you've got to start somewhere. And if you don't have cancer, fantastic. You don't want it. Let's prevent it by getting our body in balance. Let's reduce the inflammation. We do that with food and nutrition, right? We also do that with our Eon patch. That patch reduces inflammation. It is a broad spectrum anti-inflammatory. It brings your body into a calm, relaxed state, which gives your body an ability to heal itself faster because it's not stressed all the time, right? Let's use our X39 to elevate our own stem cell production, elevate our GHK-Cu copper peptide. You can go to reverseagingwithghk.com. You can see Dr. Lauren Picard's 50 years of clinical studies and the benefits of elevating that peptide in the body and in cancer. Honestly, it's there, right there on his website. Breast, colon, prostate cancer, right? To name a few. And so let's use those two patches to reduce your inflammation, elevate your body's own stem cell production, get that body back into balance, boosting your immune system with the carnosine and the glutathione. Those patches are going to make a massive difference in your life, in your longevity, in your vitality, your quality of life, literally for pennies a day. Honestly, and it's so small of amount that you're spending to get your body into balance, because you're either going to pay now or pay later. And that pay later means they're cutting, that means they're killing things, and that means that your body's in a state where it may or may not live, like you heard Laura say, right? And I'm not saying don't go conventional routes. I get it. I've been there, and I understand your own personal choice. And I have another lady I'm interviewing tomorrow night, actually, that had full double mastectomy. Her cancer was the kind, like, if you don't do all this instantly, you are dead, whatever type it was. For her, they said, you're not going to make it. And she said, okay, then cut it off. Let's do 16 rounds of chemo and I think 26 rounds of radiation. She patched through the whole thing. She had no side effects. She even was exercising through it. Huge recovery. And of course, now she looks like nothing's wrong with her. Like she never missed a beat. But at her state in her life, she had already started that process, found out about the patches and used them during her treatment. but everything's a personal choice. But we just want to make you aware of this options, choices, but getting your body healthy, getting your body in balance. So whoever has invited you to this, get back with them and they can help you get set up. If you do not have these patches, get you set up with them, or if you do have some of them, maybe help you get some others if you need help with that. We do have incredible wholesale pricing, and your person that invited you here can help you to do what's best for you, of course, in all things. So Laura, thank you for taking the time to share your story. We are going to be on here doing more testimonials with other people sharing their experience and their life and how things have changed and continue to improve. And I just want to mention this to end. Laura is almost 61 years old. Look at her.
Yep.
She looks fantastic. Now, I don't know how many 60-year-olds you run around with. She runs circles around me most of the time, right?
Well,
we're good friends. And I mean, we're both just,
we roll.
We go, not, and do all the things together. But it's amazing that she is the age she is, in the health that she is. Her biomarkers are showing she's in her early 30s.
Yeah.
That's priceless for longevity and prevention and vitality.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, the outside number is great. That's the one that's on your birth certificate. But it's the number inside the body that is really what you want to aim for. So we hope that this has really helped you guys. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you guys have. You can drop them underneath of here. I'll be happy to do whatever. But you know what? There's other ways to deal with things, and they're not surrounded about doom and gloom. It's about being empowered and just learning a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Laura.
Bye, baby. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.